Welcome to Bola Tech. In this video, we are going to be learning how to use the array tools in AutoCAD. So let's dive in. An array tools in AutoCAD is used, the array tools is right here in the modify panel, okay? Is used to create multiple copies of an object, all right? So there are actually three types, as we can see here. We have the rectangular array, the path array, and the polar array. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to use the three different types of array that we have right here. So we are going to be starting with the rectangular array. So in order to do that, you are going to come over here to the home tab and the modify panel, all right? And you are going to click on this drop down, which is right here. And you are going to see your rectangular array. After selecting your rectangular array, this place on our command line is telling us what to select the object. So this is the object which we want to select. The rectangular array is used to what? Is used to create multiple objects along rows and along column, okay? That is along the horizontal and the vertical. So we are going to select this object, which is right here, okay? And then we are going to press enter. And as you can see, this is the array that has been created, okay? So now this particular array that has been created, you can actually modify this, okay? There are actually modifications you can do to it. There are two types of modification which you can do in this particular instance. You can actually do the dynamic modification, okay? You can actually do the dynamic modification. That is, you are going to modify it right from this place, and you can actually come here to this panel, okay, and also do the modification. So we are going to be doing the two different types. So in order to do the dynamic modification, you can just come here, all right, to this particular arrow. If you want to increase the number of columns, just click on this and you can keep on increasing it. Let's take, for instance, I want to make it was 4 before, I want to make it 6. I'll just click on 6 and then I'll press enter. And as you can see, it has increased to what? It has increased to 6. Okay, you can also do the same thing for the row. If you want to increase the amount of row, let's take, for instance, you want to increase it to 5. It was 3 before, you want to increase it to 5, you just press 5 and you click on enter. And as you can see, we have increased the number of rows. Okay, so for this particular one, this one is to increase the space in between the two objects, okay? So if you click on this particular drop down, you are going to use it to what? To increase the space between the column, okay? So if I want to increase the space between the column, let's take, for instance, the former space between this is what? Is 5,250, okay? That is the space from this edge to this particular edge, from here to this other one starting point, okay? So it's 5,250, okay? So I'm just going to what? Click on, let's say I want to increase it to 6,000. I'll just click on 6,000 and then I'll press enter. And as you can see, it is already what? 6,000, as it is showing right here on the screen. Okay, you can also do the same thing also for the row. If you want to increase this also, you can actually do the same thing. Now, if you want to do the modification on the panel, okay, don't forget we are still under rectangular array. If you want to do the modification on the panel, you can actually increase your number of column right here. Let's say I want to reduce it to 5. I'll just click on enter. And as you can see, it is already 5. The space in between them, which is the space from here to this other point here, okay? And this total spacing, the total spacing is actually the space from this edge, which is right here, to the edge of the last one, okay? So from here to here is actually the total spacing. You can also decide to edit it to anyhow it suits you, okay? For the row also, the row, you can do exactly the same thing. Let's say I want to reduce this to 4. I'll just do this, and as you can see, one row is out of it, okay? And the spacing between the row also, you can actually edit it here. Let's say I want to make it 8,000, okay? This is 8,000. As you can see, it went up a little bit, okay? So that's the way that works. So for this level, the level is actually going to take place if you are using the 3D axis, okay? So that's actually the amount of like height you want it to have or something. So that one is actually not necessary in this particular place, okay? So we are not going to be using it right here, okay? But for this is associative and base point. If you want to be able to do modification or to be able to edit this particular array which you have done in the future. Let's say you are working on a project and you did an array and you still want to be able to edit it later. You select the associative, okay? But if not, you can actually turn it off. So that's what this is actually about. And so you are going to what? We have created the array already. You can just click on close array creation, okay? And that's that for that. So you can also come back here and what? And select a particular, like, on, and click on the array. Okay, you can come back and click on the array. As you can see, there are more other options which are right here. Okay, so the other options here, we have one which is edit source. Okay, let's take for instance, in this my rectangle here, I want to add a circle to it, and I want to add it to every single thing. Instead of me drawing circle, circle, circle in each of them, I'll just come right here to edit source. Okay, and then they ask me what to select item. Okay, I'm just going to select one of these items. Okay, and it's going to bring out what? Edit source, this thing. I'm going to click on OK. So right here, this item that I selected is already what? Is already singled out. I can just come to my circle and let me draw a circle right here. And as you can see, voila, the circle is already what? Is already added to all the array. Okay, to all objects in the array. All I just need to do is to come to this place and click on save changes. And as you can see, the circle is already added just by adding it to only one of it. Okay, so you can still also come back here, and we are going to be talking about this replace item, but let's talk about it in the under the part array. When we are talking about part array or polar array, we are going to talk about this replace item right there. So that's that for the rectangular array. Now we are going to move to the part array. Okay, the part array is actually used to draw objects along any path, be it a straight path or a curved path. You can actually use the part array to do that. So in order to use the part array, you are just going to come right here and click on this part array. But before we click on the part array, let's actually draw the object we want to, like, draw along these paths. Okay, so let me just draw a circle. I'm just going to draw a circle. Okay, and then I'm going to draw a circle right here also. Okay, so this circle now, we want to draw it along this path. The easiest way to do that is to use the what? The array tool, because if I want to be doing copy and pasting it around, I might not get it accurately. Okay, so I'm going to come right here to this drop down and click on part array. Now it's prompting me to what? Select objects. So I'm going to what? Select this particular object. Okay, and I'm going to click on enter. Now it's telling me to what? To select the part curve, that is the part that I want it to what? To multiply on. Okay, so I'm going to select this part, and as you can see, it has what? It has multiplied itself right on the part of which I actually selected. Okay, so you can actually make modifications right in this place too. You can make dynamic modifications, and you can also make the modifications on the panel. Okay, so to do this in this particular place, you are actually what? Increasing the space between these two circles. Okay, and you can come here to this item spacing right here in the panel, and also what? And increase this. Let's say for instance I want to increase this to 9,000, or let's say 95. I can easily do that, and as you can see, it has increased to 95. This one is even out of it already. Okay, so you can also decide to what? Increase the amount of row in this thing. Let's say for instance I make it 2. As you can see, some ones are up and some ones are down. Okay, but let's make it 1. 1 is okay for us. Okay, the level is also used when you are working with 3D model or whatever. So as you can see, the total number of items here is 8. Let's say for instance we want to edit the total number of items to something like 6 or maybe 5. Okay, what you just need to do is to what? Come right here to the measure and turn it to divide. Okay, so this particular option is going to turn on. When it was in measure, as you can see, you can't edit it. But when you come here to divide, you are going to be able to edit it, and you can turn this to 5 and you click on enter. And as you can see right here, this is what? This is 5. Okay, this is 5. So if you select the associative is when you want to edit it just the same way as the rectangular. If you want to edit it in future cases, you can do that. And if you turn it off, you are not going to be able to edit it in future cases. So that's how that actually works. Okay, so now the next thing, let's take for instance, we want to do it on a part like this which is not straight, because this one is actually still straight, but we want to do it on a part like this which is not straight. It's just exactly the same step. We are going to come right here to our part array. We are going to what? Select the object, click on enter, and we are going to what? Select the part curve. And as you can see, we have this already along this path. So it's as simple as that. So that's how the part array actually works. Okay, so the next thing we are going to be moving to is our polar array, which is the third one right here. Okay, so the polar array is used to what? Create multiple objects round a like a circle, or it's just to create multiple objects in a circular manner. Okay, so that's what the polar array is all about. This is actually an ellipse, okay, but you can actually make your own a circle, whatever, just for the purpose of learning in this video. So for our polar array, what we are going to do is to come right here and click on the polar array, and as you can see, it is prompting us to what? To select object. Okay, so we are going to what? We are going to select this particular object, and we are going to click on enter. As you can see, it is telling us to what? Select or specify the center point of the array. Okay, so I'm just going to click on this ellipse center point because I want it to go round. Okay, so I'm just going to click on this, and as you can see, it has actually gone round around the what? Around the ellipse. Okay, so now you can actually do modifications here. All right, and you can also do modifications right here. So in order to do modification here, we can select the number of objects and items we want to be 5, and as you can see, it has reduced to 5, and we can leave it as 6. As you can see, it has reduced to 6. Okay, it has become 6 back. Now the space between them is actually what? At angle 60 degrees. So this is actually 360-degree. Okay, and then the space between them is what? 60-60. We can decide to make it what? To make the fill 180. That is, if we want all these 6 objects to be on only one side, okay, we can just make this one what? 180, and we'll click on enter. As you can see, this one, all of them what? Is at one side. But if you want to make them at the both side, okay, you can just click on what? 360, and you click on enter. Okay, for the row also, the row rather, is if you make it 2, it's going to double, but we just need 1, and we can what? And we can leave it like this. Okay, so for the levels, this is actually okay. The space in between them, okay, is also if you double the row. Let's say for instance we made it 2, enter. So this space in between is the distance from this particular point to this particular point. Okay, from this one, from here to here. So that's the space in between, and the total is the total distance. Okay, it's also the same thing as the distance from here to here. But if we add like 3 rows, okay, we had like 3 rows, so the total distance is from here to here, which is this total right here. Okay, so we'll make it 1. Okay, so now we have our levels. That's if you are working with 3D, and then the associative, if you are going to be able to edit it later in the future. If you want to be able to edit it later in the future, you can select this, but if not, you can turn it off. But I always advise you to select this, because to be on the better side. Okay, so for also for the rotating of the item, okay, you can decide to what? Select this if you want the object to what? To be straight, and you can also decide to select if you want it to what? To rotate like this. Okay, and this is the direction. That is the direction that you want it to move. When we turned it to 180 that other time, instead of it to come here, you can decide to make the direction to come to this particular side. So that's how this direction actually works. Okay, So I said that I'm going to be showing you how to use let's click on close array, okay? And we are going to what? We are going to select. So I said I'm going to be showing you how to use the replace item, okay? So let's take for instance now in this particular place, we want to replace this particular, just this one only. We want to replace it with a circle, okay? We want to replace it with a circle. So what I'm going to do is let's close this first. I'm going to come to my circle and let me draw a circle first. Okay, then I'm going to come right here and select this. Okay, so I'm going to come here and click on replace item. Okay, now it is telling me to what? Select replacement object. This is the object I want to use to replace it. So I'm going to select it and click on enter. Now it is telling me to what? Select the base point of replacement object. So I'm going to click on the center as the base point. Now it tells me what? Select an item in the array to replace. Whichever of this item you want to replace, okay, I can easily select it. Let's say for instance I select this one. As you can see, it becomes circle immediately. If I select this one also, this one too is going to become a circle immediately, and then I'm going to click on enter. Okay, and as you can see, all other ones remain what it is, and these two turn to circle. You can actually do it for any other one that you want to do. Okay, so that's the way this polar array actually works. In our next video, we are going to be looking at how to use the arch to right here in AutoCAD, the arch, the gradient, and the boundary in AutoCAD. So consider subscribing and don't forget to turn on the notification button. Also, please do well to smash the like button so that the algorithm can push this video further to more people. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to see you in the next. Peace.